On the seventh day the designers rested. In came the engineers. And the master of controversy struck again. Apple is proud of the bold move of removing the audio jack. But in pretty much every other aspect they've seemingly taken the conservative route. On the outside, the new iPhone looks basically the same as the iPhone 6's. Well, it's not as easy as that. The iPhone 7 is in many ways a better phone. We can see some of the issues we had with the last iPhone sorted, and, no, we are not claiming credit for it, simply acknowledging the fact. Waterproofing, stereo speakers, and, finally, reasonable storage options, and that's on top of the usual performance upgrades we've come to take for granted every year. Think this is the story of the iPhone 7? Apple's first water-resistant handset, first quad-core processor, first pair of stereo speakers on a phone. The Apple iPhone 7 comes in a very familiar box, which packs an AC adapter, a lightning cable, and a pair of earpods ending on a lightning plug. There is also a Lighting to 3.5mm adapter, so you can continue using your headset of choice. You can get extra adapters from Apple if you like to have a designated adapter for each of your headphones. AT 138.3x 67.1x 7.1mm. The iPhone 7 is exactly the same size as the 6's. The new flagship managed to somehow lose 5 grams down to 138 g. Apple unveiled iOS 10 last June. As part of the new update, Apple refined the lock and home screens, the notification and control centers, the 3D touch experience, Siri, and improved the system apps. Since the beginning, the iOS user experience has successfully revolved around a few basic premises anyone can pick up quickly, and iOS doesn't bring any changes in that direction. Apple has equipped the iPhone 7 with a new generation A10 Fusion chip. It has a quad-core CPU, a first for the iPhones, with 2 high-performance cores running at 2.34 GHz and 2 power-saving ones. The high-performance ones run about 40% faster than the A9 chip and 2 times faster than the A8. The other 2 are more power-efficient cores and require only 20% of the power needed for the high-performance cores. There's a new GPU inside as well. It's of 6-core 1 and is 50% faster than the A9's GPU and draws just 66% of the power. Finally, the iPhone 7 uses 2 GB of RAM, while the iPhone 7 Plus will offer 3 GB. Photos is a very easy-to-use gallery app with support for albums and camera roll, and even recently deleted section, but it has learned a few new tricks, which are quite familiar as they have been on Android for years. Unfortunately, yet another iOS update doesn't do anything about the video player. You can upload only supported formats via iTunes or purchase videos from the iTunes store. This is an extremely disappointing showing by a platform that is supposed to excel at multimedia consumption. The Music app got a complete UI overhaul and Apple did a great job organizing the feature-rich app. There are now 5 tabs: Library, For You, Browse, Radio, and Search. The new unified design applies on all of these tabs. While you can edit the Libraries section if you like. When plugged into an active external amplifier, the Apple iPhone 7 posted mostly excellent scores, but it's the third iPhone in a row that didn't quite deliver perfect stereo quality. The volume, which is just above average, doesn't really match the best out there either. The iPhone 7 features an updated 12MP camera with a brighter aperture of f1.8 that should let 50% more light hit the sensor, a 6-element lens and optical image stabilization. The sensor is reportedly 60% faster and 30% more efficient than the previous camera system. There is also an improved Apple-made image signal processor. The new quad LED True Tone flash fires much brighter than the dual LED unit we had in the iPhone 6's. Controversy. Apple loves it. It fuels it, and it's fueled by it. Rarely is brand hate more vocal, and yet people stand in line to get the latest phone. It's part of the marketing game, and it has somehow always worked in Apple's favor. The iPhone 7 is probably the most controversial iPhone yet, and Apple likes it this way. So, is Apple giving haters something else to complain about, or is there a hidden agenda? A long-term master plan that most of us are unaware of? And does the average Joe care enough for it to hurt sales? But let's not look that far ahead for a moment and forget about agendas. The jack clearly has implications beyond the pure audiophile qualities and aesthetics on how music will be consumed and paid for. And that's controversial enough. Long-term. And yet, the iPhone 7 will probably go down in history as the one that got rid of the jack first. Controversy? Yes, Apple loves it.